Hello, my name is Tina Scott. I am taking a course at Liberty University, HSCO 508, Interpersonal Communication. Today, I will be speaking to you about interpersonal communication, overarching goals, and enlarging the conversation, the DIS model, background and behavioral blend, my communication barriers, resources and strategies, and an action plan. The only way for interpersonal communication to happen is each person has to be willing and able to talk and listen in a way that maximizes the presence of the person. The role of interpersonal communication is to be able to express my thoughts, ideas, likes, and dislikes in a pleasant manner without conflict, without being demanding, and to be considerate of others' feelings to enlarge the conversation. William C. Schultz has developed a systematic approach to understanding of interpersonal communication that is based upon interpersonal needs. Interpersonal needs can be divided into three categories: inclusion, control and influences, affection, and affection. Inclusion refers to the need to maintain a satisfactory relationship with others and to have enough involvement and belongingness. Control is associated with the need to for influence and power. Affection refers to the need for friendship, closeness, and love. Each person's interpersonal needs are different. My overarching goals: become an empathetic listener. That's a level one listener. And that is someone who listens empathetically and refrains from judging others while putting themselves in someone else's position and see things from the talker's perspective. Next is to overcome negative barriers that hinder me from being a good communicator. I also plan to become a mindful listener because it will give me the ability to receive the spoken word accurately, retain information, sustain attention, attend to your own responsive speech, and encourage the speaker. Slide. The DIS model. There are four types of behavioral blends. These blends predict how our personality and temperament outcomes are based on a series of questions. Knowing what blend you happen to be will help you deal with the personalities and tasks for yourself and others. A D is an active task oriented, an I is an active people oriented, an S is a passive people oriented, and a C is a passive task oriented. Slide. My background: I am a 51-year-old. I am single. I am a single parent for a 16-year-old young man. I would like to enhance my communication with my son because, according to Carbonell, my behavioral blend, I tend to clash with people who are like me, and my son and I have similar attitudes and behaviors. Adolescence is a hard spurt for teenagers because they are trying to establish their identity. And I sometimes think he forgets my identity as a mom. The adolescent period is a phase of conflict, and at that time, problems like peer pressure, stress, anxiety, interpersonal conflict, cognitive problems such as lack of problem solving, decision making, behavioral and emotional problems like the inability to communicate with others can be seen. The skills of effective interpersonal communication are essential for them during this phase. Slide. Background and behavioral blend. I am a retired correctional sergeant and I now currently work with convicted sex offenders. I have acquired a bachelor's degree in health management and a minor in accounting. I am now studying for my master's in Human Services, Marriage and Family Counseling at Liberty. Slide. My behavioral blend. The "this is expected of me" says I'm inspirational and an influencer. The "this is me" portion says that I am dominant, inspiring, and cautious. Slide. My behavioral blend. Eyes are impressive people. They are extremely active and excited individuals. Approval is important to them. They can have lots of friends if they do not overdo their need for attention. They can be sensitive and emotional. They need to be more interested in others and willing to listen. They do not like research unless it makes them look good. And they often do things to please the crowd. They are entertainers. They need to control their feelings and think more logically. They often outshine others and are motivated by recognition. Slide. From the "this is expected of me" when taking the assessment, I answered the questions as honestly as I possibly could so I can get the most out of the assessment. But continuing to have an outgoing personality and listening empathetically will help me enhance my relationship. My negative barriers are very emotional, dramatic. I worry about appearance. I'm a screamer, too talkative, unorganized. I worry about what others say about me. I interrupt people's conversations. I'm prideful, too enthusiastic, and hyper. Well, my positive attributes are I'm positive than most, optimistic, happy-go-lucky, outgoing, a leader, passionate, empathetic, positive attitude. I handle conflict well, kind, strong-willed, energetic, and contemplative. Slide. Resources and strategies. I'm going to use the talk a listener card because this will help me with the goal of being able to share my feelings and thoughts without accusing, attacking, labeling, and judging. And the listener portion is to be able to calm down, to hear, to provide safety, to understand, and to clarify without agreeing or disagreeing, advising or defending. Enlarging my Enlarging the conversation by using the nexting skill. Nexting is doing something helpful next, responding fruitfully to what just happened, taking an additional step in the communication process. When experiencing conflict, it sometimes ends in high emotions and screaming begins. Nexting will help the conversation if you can regroup, reevaluate, and keep the communication process going. Slide. Resources and strategies. Repeat statements to let the talker know that I am listening. Alleviate noise pollution. For example, maybe take the person to a quiet area. Acknowledgement. Use words, tones, and body language to acknowledge it's okay for the talker to feel or think the way he or she does. And it usually just takes a few words and an inviting, bite your tongue, patient attitude. Slide. My action plan. To be cautious of being boisterous, be considerate of others' feelings, stop interrupting people during conversation, not be argumentative, manage conflict, and practice patience. Control temper, recognize potential problems, and respond wisely. Slide. Be more open minded. When my emotions are out of whack, calm down. Be soft and slow with those who don't respond like I think they should. Don't be forward and demanding or as cautious and complaining. Less aggressive. Maximizing my communication with others will help me be a better listener and talker when barriers are broken. In order to get the best out of any relationship, whether it's with family, friends, or co-workers, maximizing my communication is imperative. Conclusion. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Thank you for watching my interpersonal communication project.